Hey guys, Jason here from Show Me Your Debits, Chartered Accountants and Business Partners. Today I want to talk to you about a SUMIF formula that you can use within Excel. I want to give you a bit of a rundown on what it is and how it works, and then a quick overview of how you can use it to reconcile your bank account. Now, the SUMIF formula is absolutely ideal for anyone that has one or two rental properties, or you're a consultant, or you're a contractor, or you might be retired and have a whole bunch of shares that you're currently living off. Essentially, it's perfect for anyone that has that derives some form of income, but you're not quite big enough to require or justify paying for zero. So, what is a SUMIF formula? A SUMIF formula is basically what it says. It basically says, add up all those numbers here if these conditions are met. But in other words, what it does is it looks at a whole column of numbers in Excel, and if you can put a unique identifier next to those numbers, what the SUMIF formula will do will only pick out the numbers that have the unique identifier next to them. So for instance, if you've got a column full of different numbers and you go to the column next to it and you put a 1 next to all the numbers that you want to add up, the SUMIF formula will look at the column of all the numbers, but it will only add up the numbers that have the 1 next to them. Now, why is this simple and really basic sounding formula so incredibly powerful if you need to reconcile your bank account for your accountant? The reason is because if you can extract your data, so you can extract your bank data into Excel, you'll have one column that'll have all your transactions on it. Then you'll have all your narrations and everything else on another column. But what you can do is you can go down, and in the column next to all that bank data, you can put a unique identifier next to each individual transaction. So if we're using a rental property as an example, you can go down and look for all the rent income, and you could put a 1 next to it. Then all the insurance payments, you could put a 2. For your interest, you could put a 3, and so on and so on. And then what it does, the SUMIF formula will go through and it will count up all just your rent payments. Then it will count up and add up only your insurance payments and only your interest payments. So what you get at the end, if you have an opening balance in your bank, plus all your SUMIF formulas, which are counting up all the movements throughout the year in your through your bank account, then you have a closing balance that should then reconcile to what it says in your statement. And what you've essentially just done using one simple Excel formula is reconcile your entire bank account, and you almost have a P&L. You can almost get an idea of what your profit and loss is for the year. But you think about, if you're someone that hands a whole shoebox full of receipts, or you print off every year your bank statements and then give them to your accountant who hand codes them and enters them into their system, they're just doing exactly the same thing as what you did. You think about how much time and money you could save if you were the one that went down and just did a quick SUMIF formula to add up and reconcile all your accounts. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to do that for someone that has a one rental property LTC. So if you guys want to hear more about SUMIF, or you want to understand and actually see how it works in practice, keep following me. Check out my next video where I'll actually go through and give you a real life example using dummy data of someone that has one rental income property, and how I can go through and reconcile it, and how if you're in a similar position, you can do exactly the same. We'll see you at the next video.